Yeah, and let's start with the story of Philip Onyancha. Do you remember the name Philip Onyancha? If you don't, let me freshen your memory. This is a self-confessed serial killer who claimed to have killed 17 women. He was this week acquitted of the murder of one of his alleged victims, Jacqueline Chepngetich Misio, with the presiding judge blaming the prosecution for shoddy investigation. Here's a story.
Philip Onyancha, a man who hit the headlines after a chilling confession that he murdered 17 women and children in the year 2010, has been acquitted of a murder charge by the High Court.
To reach the maximum number of people, so the target was 100.
But today, the High Court acquitted him of 1 out of 4 murder charges he is facing. Justice
So I think to the layman, the common Mwananchi, what is really confusing us is the fact that for someone who, did confess that he murdered the women, that there's still proof needed. I mean, I have to say that I can only imagine how the family feels. Right. But yeah, it's quite, to be honest, for me, it's quite shocking. I've not seen anything like this at all. Cindy.
Silly, it's very disheartening, to say the least, because, he did confess to some of the murders. However, there's one particular one that he has been acquitted with because, the prosecution did its job and they sort of said, hey, there's no evidence for this guy. So he got a really good lawyer and he got acquitted out of 1. And however, as much as he confessed when he was asked to, you have to plead guilty when they ask you, how do you plead guilty or not guilty? He did plead not guilty. So that then gave, a chance for investigations to come in, and this is the outcome. It's sad. It's a sad day because you know what, Anto, there are people in jail right now for crimes they did not commit. I don't know if you remember a while back, there is a daughter who admitted that she lied that her father raped her because her mom told her to do so. The guy was recently released just because the daughter confessed later on. But how many other people are incarcerated wrongly? This guy has committed to the crimes. He even took investigators to the scene of crime and said, this is where I buried them. And he has been acquitted of this one particular case. My heart goes out to the victim, to be honest.
Mato. Like I said last week, I'm going to say again, the law is about what you can prove, not what you feel or what you say. And it is quite unfortunate. There are some people who, yes, even confessed to crimes, but they are asked, prove that you're actually the one who did this crime. I'm telling you I did it, and this is how I did it. Yeah, but give us foolproof evidence that this is how you did it. But then, this is just 1 out of the 3. Let's just hope they are going to get him for the other 3 because he clearly still has no remorse. Yeah. He did it, this could be a case of mental instability because from then till now, I don't know if the clips that they've been showing are recent clips or clips from when he was imprisoned, but even from his face, he did not look like he felt a single thing from what he was doing. Yeah. He's saying his target was actually 100, and he had only gotten to 70-something.
And I think it's also an opportunity for either the legislators or really, I think even for our lawyers to be able, and we have a lot of lawyers in the Senate, in Parliament, to either one, come up with the laws that are quite clear that if someone does confess to this kind of murders, that it's a clear-cut, shut story, case that this person should actually rot in prison. Because you can only imagine that if, for example, I am found or, alleged to have committed a crime, and I actually go ahead and I sign a written confession and I sign a confession, but then the judge then tells the prosecution that, no, Anto said it, but where is the proof? But the first stage should be that he said this. That's where the first proof should be. Actually, the burden of proof should be there.
It's strange that even from what Cindy was saying, those who are innocent, for them, it feels like guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. And then for the ones who are guilty, it's innocent until proven guilty. Like the case of the student who was murdered at Egerton University. Watu walimuona ndio huyu amepigana na shoka, wakamtandika, wakamwacha hali maututi, and he still pled not guilty. And na kesi yake bado inaendelea.
Imagine what the family is feeling. I mean, the idea that somebody who murdered your daughter is walking scot-free, and this obviously is being spoken about all over the country. It's like, they always say it's like death twice. It's really painful. And I do hope that the family gets reprieve. But also, my challenge to our prosecution, our investigation people at DCI, that this should really be more of a lesson to you. that that the burden of proof also lies in you, that you have to find this guy. You really have to find justice for the family.